What a scene, a spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome to the home of the Florida Gators, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, better known as the Swamp, as we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Seminoles will kick it away first. Fielded in the end zone. It's Abrams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone. Did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Looking to pass. It's Lagway. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion. This rivalry only dates back to the late 50s, but what it might lack in long-term history, it more than makes up for in disdain, guys.
And historically, this game really is meant...
Turning it on! It's a running room. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down. Few teams improved over the second half of last season as much as Florida. And Jesse, the biggest reason, the play of the young quarterback, DJ Lagway.
He was just unflappable a year ago, Reese, as a true freshman. We saw that on the field, but even in my time sitting down and meeting with him, he just has a poise and a demeanor and a confidence that you don't see very often in college. This is a different type of dude, and they're expecting him to take the next level. And with that, this program carrying it on their shoulders.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Oh, they're after him! And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Throws for the tight end. That was almost picked off, and what a disaster that would have been to throw a pick on the opening drive. Instead, it's fourth down. Oh, a big decision here early as they leave the offense on the field in their own territory. They want to keep this opening drive alive. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And the Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. First time we've seen their punt team tonight. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Looking for a gap. It's Holmes. Turning on the Jets. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. Seminoles have always been known for explosive, flashy, big plays, but think of guys like Dalvin Cook and the toughness that he ran with. That's on display here.
And then those guys that I think of, too, with Warren Dunn, where you hand them the football and big plays can happen, and offenses have been built around that for years in Florida State, finding that guy to hand the ball to.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Leaves it with the running back. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle.
how frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. Unloads it left. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion? The Seminoles racing to the line in the hurry-up.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They'll go to the ground. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play.
When you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a fourth down.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
The Noles will try to move the chains on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. Just enough there to get it to the 25, a pickup of 2. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Throws to the tight end. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
They just have not been able to get this guy going. They've thrown it to him over and over again here in the first quarter, and QB and him just not able to link up. The defense knew that was where this guy was going to be looking, but these two, they've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
The Gators will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. Gives it on the option. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's McCoy. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. It's almost incomprehensible to think the Noles failed to break 17 points 10 times a season ago. That's a year after being prolific, Jesse. So what are the keys to regaining some form?
Well, Reese, I think it's the quarterback position. I think this team was spoiled in a lot of ways when they had Jordan Travis. And they obviously had so much NFL talent surrounding him, but they had a leader. They had a guy that everybody could look at when times got tough and believe in. Someone has got to be able to establish themselves at the quarterback position for this team to get back to its winning ways.
Nothing too surprising about seeing the Seminoles being productive in the passing game.
Man, we can think back, Reese, to so many great offenses for Florida State, whether it's Charlie Wood or Chris Winkie, whoever it is, the trigger man being really, really good is the start of a great Florida State team.
They'll go with the 5 wide outset on 2nd and 7. To the air, it's Castellanos. With the catch, it's White. Inside the 20-yard line, pushed out at the 18, and they're in business.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Knocked down behind the line. Boy, he powered through one tackler, but there were more there to greet him. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to go up top. Big fella moving. Touchdown Seminoles. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. To the air on 1st down. That's caught. It's Jackson. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
And that's a good lesson for quarterbacks out there. When you're throwing to your running backs, if you get it to them early and they've got some space around them, they can do damage. And that's exactly what happened there. These guys are trained to be great once they have the ball in their hands. He makes people miss. He shows you the speed, and it's a big chunk play in the pass game.
So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. Back to throw, it's Lagway. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Wilson. Touchdown, Gator! A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And he made the extra point without problem. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. The give for Davis. He's stopping behind the line of scrimmage. He ran through one guy, but not through the rest.
Well, he did everything he could to try to avoid all those defenders, but in the end, it's still a negative play. Tackle for loss.
One defender, then the next one. The blitzing guy got a shot at him. Everybody had a shot. It took a while to get him down.
Yeah, great effort by that defense, not quitting on the play.
Wants to fire on second down. Caught over the middle. It's Blackwell. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. And the ubiquitous bubble screen just floats backward for lost yardage.
You need better blocking downfield. I mean, these receivers got to understand, if you're going to play in this offense, it's not good enough just catching the ball. You've got to block for your fellow comrades. Poor job executing at the point of attack.
This crowd unhinged, trying to make sure the Gators don't back down on third down. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. It's on target and complete. Wide open spaces. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The quick out. Excellent job rallying to the ball, and they knock him down.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Now here on second down, see if they keep tossing it around. Snagged in the middle, it's McCoy. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Man, that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner. Just
big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. And the Noles come to the line with a new set of downs. Great penetration by this defense, and they knock him down behind the line. A loss of 1.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
The Seminoles are threatening on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run.
If you're going to stop the run game, better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. We'll take a quick break as we have reached the final 2 minutes of the first half. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? A design run for the quarterback. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed. He's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to...
And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, no!
And that is exactly what you want from your offense. Man, late in the half, you want to execute and then punch it in physically on the ground. Take the lead going into the half. Take all the momentum. Nice execution on the drive by that offense.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Looking to the big tight end. Makes the grab. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
Kind of like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, that's great timing by the quarterback and receiver on that out route. If you're going to be running that against man coverage like they were there, that ball has to be thrown early, and it's got to be thrown out in front of the receiver, and they execute it perfectly.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Finds his big tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on 1st down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
The Gators will move the sticks.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that 1st down.
Now they moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. They'll give it to him again. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Grab near the marker. It's Wilson. Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 1st down. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. Down to the 26-yard line and a 1st down. To the air, it's Lagway. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Unleashes one deep. Fires into traffic, picked off. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And he's able to shed one tackle and gets a pretty good pickup.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Quickly out to the tight end. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing an accurate throw. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
Catch in the middle. It's White. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Timeout called by the offense, and now they just have one remaining in the half. And the Seminoles will line it up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Castellanos. Rushes on him. Buys a little time. Trying to make magic on the scramble. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking downfield very late in the half. Throws toward the end zone. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
The official says no good. And the margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal, miss, make, great. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
He lets one fly deep. It's incomplete, and they tried to finish this quarter with a bang and couldn't quite connect. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Gators will kick it off to start the second half. From inside the 15, here's the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First play of the drive comes from the 22. They'll open the second half on the ground. And that's a live ball. Bounced right back to them. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous bounce, but at least they've got the ball back.
The one thing I do know, Reese, this running back has got to do a better job with ball security. Cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
They'll ride Davis here. And he is just engulfed at the line by this giant defensive tackle.
And when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
The noise is deafening, trying to make sure only the Gators get out of the swamp on third down. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
I know this offense came out here in the second half hoping to build on their one-possession lead, but after that incompletion, I think the smart thing is to just kick it away here and let your defense play and try and get it back to you without giving up any points.
Pressure coming. They get to him as he throws. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play, and they just couldn't get it done.
Just trying to ease it out there, and it falls incomplete.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They've been trying all game long different ways to affect him. Weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
And you can tell when the QB wants to run, he's going to be a big part of the game plan. And the defense really, really understands that. I got to understand. And more importantly, when I get a lick on this cat, I got to take it. Like, not dirty, not cheap shots, but end-of-the plays, when I can be physical and really make him feel me, I think that'll always bode well in a fourth quarter game.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Pulls it in. It's White. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the
Big tight end makes the grab. It's a first down. All by himself down the middle. Touchdown, Florida State. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That Seminole war chant is getting louder as Florida State has built a big lead.
The Seminoles have been able to seize the momentum here in the second half, and they are now running away with this thing. Big plays all over the field have the Noles now looking good.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Abrams. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Lagway. The sure hands, it's Jackson. And he's brought down after a nice gain. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Wants to go up top on first down. Going for the big play. And the DB making a huge play, knocking it away downfield.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football. And they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches. But you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage, man or zone. They have not let him go off, and that's a big reason why they're winning this game.
And this offense just has to find a way to convert this third down, or else they are really in trouble. Throws for the tight end. Got him downfield. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first pitch.
How much does it help your blocking scheme to have a guy who finds the crease? He gets to the 39. The Gators can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on third and short. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And from this angle, I don't think he got the first down. The defense won at the line of scrimmage.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back.
He's got it, first down and more. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect fourth down call there.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Makes the grab. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Back to throw, it's Lagway. Touchdown, Florida! Fired in from the red zone for the score.
And the big fella runs right down the middle of the field, runs the post route. You could tell quarterback locked into him, throws it up high, lets him catch the football, use his big body to kind of fend off the defenders and get in the end zone for 6.
On to attempt the try. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. They go 83 yards on the drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
Yeah, a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his pass.
This crowd on hand trying to make sure the Gators don't back down. Sends it downfield. He's got it inside the 30.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. To throw, it's Castellanos. He's not afraid to go deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. Catch in the middle, it's White. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Quick handoff. Fighting off the defender. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, giving 1.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. After swapping ends of the field, they gave him a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Right on the money. It's a seam wide open. Oh, he dropped it. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
To the air on second down. Grab near the marker. It's Robinson. And the Seminoles will keep this drive going. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. He'll do it himself. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
And that's exactly what the defense wants you to do. Go east-west, and the quarterback gets strung out, doesn't pull the trigger and really make a decision. You'd like to see him stick his foot in the ground, get north-south, get more of a plus yardage on this play. Nice job by the defense.
And he's got his man on the sideline. He'll come up a little short of the first down. The Seminoles will hustle to the line. Just going to keep it after the snap. He'll come through on third down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. The Seminoles are moving quickly down the field.
And the defense gives up the first down. And oh, here they go. They're going fast. No time to substitute. Got to communicate quickly and get back on the line of scrimmage.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Football with the run. They get him down, tough run, picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Third down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on fourth down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing the game. Good decision by the head coach here in the fourth quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Fires to the middle. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Got it set up on the outside. He's loose. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the fourth quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to make a play.
With the catch, it's Jackson. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Gators have their whole playbook open here on 2nd and inches. Looking for a man. It's Lagway. Quickly to the tight end. Tackle was made at the 44 after the 5-yard gain and the first down.
Well, down 2 possessions. Good news is you get the completion. Bad news, though, did not get out of bounds. You know right now, saving the clock. That is at a premium for this offense.
Wants to throw it. That's caught. It's Wilson.
You got to like this defense, man. All game long, great job tackling the football. Like, you throw it on the perimeter, they're coming up. They're not giving the run after the catch to these receivers. A lot of times you see so much damage done after the catch. This defense has been dialed in, and the big play has been a non-issue.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. And the Gators are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Touchdown, Gator! They won it all, and that is exactly what they got.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like, that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. Receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. 76 yards on the drive for the touchdown, and they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. This quarterback part of their running game. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And after that negative play on offense with the lead late in the game, I think there's still ways that you can be creative and run the football, but not be so obvious. So zone read type plays, fake dives and pitches to the running back to get him outside, jet sweeps. You can find other ways to keep the clock moving, even though the defense knows you're going to run it.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. To the air, it's Castellanos. Got it in the middle, it's Pittman. Runs through a tackle. stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15.
How about this offense, man? You got to love it. Late in the fourth quarter, you have the lead. They don't get conservative. Staying balanced. Run, back it up with a pass, getting the first down, a few more first downs, and you can walk out of here with a W.
The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Finding open areas.
Well, this offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Caught behind the line. It's McCoy. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. Oh, he's got some space. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. A first down run on the doorstep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. Enormous play coming right here. 3rd down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. Looking downfield, it's Applewhite. And it's caught for a touchdown, and that might do it.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Here's a throw downfield late. Fires and picked off. At the 45 on his way. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
I'm sure they would have liked to have locked up a bowl trip much earlier in the season, but in this particular case, what does bowl eligibility mean for the offseason?
Well, it means 15 extra practices at the bowl game to develop young players. Getting to a bowl game helps your recruiting.